involved in, that legal orders?
I wasn't involved in Brano Samuka being knowledgeable that Brahmana Samuka will at some point in time be subjected to what he's been subjected to. We went with Brahmana Samuka believing that he was the best candidate and he would have won.
The best candidate.
And of course, we consulted the legal people, and they assured us that there was nothing wrong with his participation in the process. And he won. So we did what we were supposed to have done. Now, whatever comes after that are things that maybe he probably will answer for himself, and then we follow the process.
If you were to advise him, being a father, elderly man, a statesman, if you were to advise him with this sort of legal horrors he finds himself in, would you have advised him to just back off and call his supporters and say, look, let me thank all of you, but let me leave now because I can't continue to be...
I suppose I wouldn't, because I think within a country, everything that we get involved to set a precedent. It teaches a lesson. It shows the strength of our democracy, the rule of law. So it's an exercise that we'll follow and see how it ends, because Brownie Samuka probably might be the first, but he won't be the last, and we know that subsequent issues of that nature might come about. But I continue to make sure that the process goes on with his involvement. He hasn't come to the point where he says, I'm no longer in it, so I wouldn't advise him to do that.
But do you see what he's going through? Why he's going through? Is it justified?
Well, I can tell you the best steel goes through the hardest fire. Maybe it wasn't Brownie Samuka, it wouldn't have been what it is, but I think for himself, he hasn't come to the point where he would tell me, this is too much, I'm no longer in it, until he says that we are with him.
Now the question I ask, whether you think it's justified with the legal uncertainty that he has hanging on him now?
Well, we live in a country, it should be a country of law, and if the legal people think that this is a process and we expect that it's fair, we'll follow up with it, because I cannot sit here and say it's not a justifiable process, but I think at the end of it, we will prove ourselves to our country and to the world whether we are serious about the rule of law when we say it.
Now, the opposition bloc, Mr. Former Vice President, it's